So we're going to now get into pitching. And we're just getting set up now. There we go. For our first pitcher, Katarina.
Yeah.
Here you go. Great, thank you.
Oh.
And you've got the clicker?
I got the clicker. Do I just start or?
Yeah, we're just going to bring up your slides.
Hello, I'm Katarina. Happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Oh, I should have chosen other background because you can't see the name of our startup. Learning for next time. My name is Katarina. I'm the CEO and one of 5 co-founders of Checheza, which is what it says there. So there are about 300 million children around the globe who quit school before they learn to read. And one of those places is Uganda, where many children drop out, or if they finish primary school, about half of them do that without skills like reading and fundamental math, basic math. And the poorest kids, they do this because they cannot pay for school. But then there's a bunch of parents who take their kids out of school because they don't see the value in paying like 20% of their incomes, and the kids come back after 3-4 years and they still can't read. So this is a quality problem. And I understand them because there's often like 100 kids per classroom per teacher, and not enough books, and there's just no chance for these children to get the individual support they need, and they just don't learn. At the same time, more than 50% of Ugandans are expected to own a smartphone in just a couple of years. So we want to use this to support children in their learning. And that's why we built a platform for game-based learning, so that children can practice fundamental skills like reading and mathematics in a fun way on the devices that are available to them. And we know our games work because we use already validated and tested games and content from our expert partners. We focus on localization, making it relevant for the kids, and also making it accessible. So that could mean, for example, making it work offline or on old Android versions, etc. In the short term, we are selling to private preschools and the higher income parents because they have the devices and they have the money. And this way, we can approach the middle and lower income families as they get access to the devices as well. We also see that the lack of localized content actually is a blocker for government to invest in IT infrastructure for schools. So we can also push that market forward by providing this local content. This quick growth and access to smartphones, growing population, and growing economies in general really makes Sub-Saharan Africa a big business opportunity for the future. We started this as a side project more than 3 years ago, and we've run a pilot with about 150 kids and can actually show results. We just released our beta with quite a lot of media attention in Uganda, and just starting beta testing and working on content development to eventually be in line with the national curriculum so that we can work more with schools and through schools to reach parents. This is my team. We are a team of 7, especially technically very strong, and we also have a local coordinator in Uganda. We are looking for investors, especially with experience and interest in the African market. Thank you.
Thank you, Katarina. We will now ask the panel to give some feedback. Or if you have any questions.
Thank you so much for a really good presentation.
Maybe
I want to invest. It sounds really, really interesting. And of course, I have thousands of questions. But it would be really interesting to find out more about the share of the target group that has a phone today. You said that it will grow, but it's important to understand as well for what will it grow, and also to understand what kind of device is it. Is it an app, or how will the business model look like? How will you make money? But thank you for a really good presentation.
What a really nice project that you're doing here. I love these kinds of startups. I only have a question. I would have liked to know more about the competition, because if it is an app, why are they going to download your app and not another app? So I would have liked to get a little bit more information about that. But otherwise, well done.
Do you want to answer?
Should I answer that?
So you don't forget about it.
Yeah. Sure. When it comes to the share that has smartphones today, because that's what we're looking at, it's about 20%, but it is expected to grow to about 50 in a few years. And among those who are, would you say, those that actually have the need, that is overlapping with that share, but exactly how much it's overlapping is kind of hard to say. And that's why we are also targeting that kind of higher income group, because they all have smartphones today to start with. Or we're working with also the private preschools where the parents are. So we're working with a like kind of multi-platform tools, so they can be used on tablets or phones or computers, and working with planning to have a version for use in preschools and schools and one at home. So I don't know if that answered all the questions, but I'll do them.
Almost.
Yeah. And when it comes to competition, that of course depends if you look at if we look at just educational apps on App Store, there's loads of them, like 10,000. But there is very, very few that are actually made for Ugandan children, that have the local content, and both like taking care of taking into account local culture, but also like even the thing using the right words. Like I said, we use already existing games. So basically, all our competitors are also potential collaborators, and usually that's what we do. We include an already existing game, and then we change words. Like one of our collaborators, it's made for the American market. So one word that was used in the spelling game is cab. And there was a picture of the yellow, New York cab, and the kids in Uganda have never seen that, and they use British English, so there's nothing, they don't know about cabs, and they've never seen a yellow one. So those are the kind of things we do when we do localization. And there are actually just a few competitors taking into account the localization. They were made for Uganda, yeah.